Hey everybody, today on Henry's HowTos, I'm going to show you how to make IKEA style Swedish meatballs. Let's get straight into it. So just in front of me here, I've got a mixture of 500 grams of beef mince along with 500 grams of pork mince. Now combined it's an 80% meat to 20% fat ratio, which usually works perfectly for meatloaves, burgers, anything like that. Now to this we're just going to add 1 pinch of salt, along with some cracked pepper, about 2 crushed garlic cloves, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of allspice, and we're also going to crack in 2 eggs. And all we need to do now is just mix this all together and get that nice and combined. Now a lot of people do like to add breadcrumbs into it. I prefer to never add breadcrumbs when I'm working with mince, because all you're doing is creating more like a meatloaf. If you're using a good quality mince, you don't need breadcrumbs or flour or any sort of filler in the first place. And we only add the egg just so it binds together. That way we can have better shaped meatballs. So you should end up with something like that. So we'll set that aside and you want a nice clean area, and we're going to start making meatballs. Now you just want to make them into just a small size like that. You don't want them too big like Italian style. Just something like that. If you prefer, you can use some sort of spoon or ice cream scoop just to get uniform sizes. But once you do a couple, your hands start to get used to it, so there's no point. So just roll them up in your palm like that. If you find that it's not sticking together well anymore, all you need to do is just run some warm water on your hands, just to get rid of all that excess fat, and it will start sticking perfectly again. So I won't bore you for the next 5-10 minutes on how to roll meatballs, because I'm pretty sure you've got the hang of it by now. So continue to do so, and then we'll get straight into cooking these. So obviously then you should have a whole bunch of meatballs like that. So now we'll start cooking them. So we'll start off in a frying pan by adding about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And we may need to do this in about 2 to 3 batches, so it just depends on the size of your pan. So let that oil heat up. So once your oil is nice and hot, we'll start by putting our meatballs in. Just like so. So the basic idea now is we're just going to seal them and brown them on all sides. So don't rush it. If you needed to do it in 2 batches or 3 batches or so on, then do it. Because you're better off having results than something that's not going to work out. Now instead of using spoons or anything, you just want to work the pan to move it around. Just so it keeps it straight. If we start poking it with spoons and tongs, etc., we're going to damage it. So every about 15 seconds, just give it a quick shake to move it around and make sure all the sides are brown. Now once you have a nice brown colour like that on your meatballs, all you want to do is take it out of the pan and just into a large pan like so, and let it rest there and continue to cook the rest of your meatballs. Now in the meantime, we'll add about 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil into a pot, and we're going to add in 1 diced brown onion. And we just want to very lightly brown the onion. Once you've got a bit of colour in your onion and they've gone a bit soft like so, all you want to do is reduce your heat to a low to medium. And then we're going to add 80 grams of salted butter straight in. And just mix that through. Once the butter is completely melted, we want to gradually add in about half a cup of plain flour. While you're adding, ensure to mix it together so we're not left with any clumps. So once your flour is completely absorbed, add in about 4 cups of beef stock. Now we just want to stir that through so it reacts with the flour and starts to thicken up. At this point you can increase your heat just to make it reach to the boil faster. Once you see that your sauce is starting to thicken up, almost into a thick gravy, what we're going to do is add in half a cup of sour cream. And we just want to stir that into our sauce as well. Just like so. Now leave your sauce on a low to medium heat. And we want to get our meatballs, which are just in a tray. As you can see, there's still a bit of juice in here. We want that juice in the sauce because there's flavour in that. So empty all the meatballs straight in, get all the juice out. Just give that a quick stir so it's all combined. Just like so. And I will just put a lid on it and let that simmer there for about 10 minutes. So after about 10 minutes, this is our result. We've got a nice, beautiful, thick, aromatic sauce with some homemade meatballs in it. So at this point, all we're going to do is add in about half a handful of chopped fresh parsley. This will just give it a nice green colour. And just turn your heat off, let it rest here for a couple of minutes before you serve it, because it will be very hot. And how amazing does that look? The sauce is so nice and thick, and those meatballs are just beautiful. And that's how easy it is to make IKEA style Swedish meatballs at home, which are actually better than the IKEA ones because we know what's in them and we've made it ourselves. So simple as that. I hope you like that, guys. Please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or suggestions, just leave them at the bottom, and I'll see you all next time.